and we'll go ahead with other small things, including the conditional sum functions and so on. Could you all quickly please confirm whether my screen is visible clearly and my voice is audible clearly? Could you guys confirm in the chat box? Great. Thanks, Sacha, for the confirmation. Now, I think we were talking about some function, average A, count A, count blank, and so on. Very important. It's not about small function. It is about how in depth we are understanding in the each and every function. See, if you look into this example of some function where text is part of the argument, it is asking for a number, it has given me a value error. But in this case, where text is part of my range, but range is a valid argument, it is ignoring. There is a lot of difference between these two functions. Okay, now let's look into the max function. What is the max function? Let's say 10, 20, 30 is there. I'll get a maximum value out of this is 30. Everyone knows about it. Let's say if I put minus 10, minus 20, minus 30, we all know that it is 20. Sorry, minus 10. Then what is the difference between max function and max A function? In this case, let us take max A. What is the difference there? Simple, the difference is, now in the case of max function, if any Boolean value is there, what is my answer? Still it is minus 10, because out of minus 10 to minus 30, Excel is ignoring the Boolean value in the case of max function. So minus 10 is the maximum number. If I put a true here, now can you tell me what is the answer in the max A? Max A function considers the Boolean values. So true is nothing but 1, false is nothing but 0. If that is the case, my answer is 1. That's the basic difference. So max function ignores the Boolean value. Considers the Boolean value. Exactly same min function also. What I need to do to replace the min? Simple. Control H. This is for replace. Min, replace all. Oh, sorry. Instead of max, replace with min. Yeah, exactly the same. Now, for example, 10, 20, 30 is there. If I ask a question min, my answer is minimum value 10. For example, if I put a false, still my answer is 10. But the same thing, if I keep it into min A, I'll tell you the situations where we can use min A and max A. When I start solving about little bigger assignments, complex assignments after 10th day or 11th day, then I'll give you different examples where we can use min A function and max A function. Okay, so I think in our school days we learned about the median. Median is nothing but you have to put the data into either ascending or descending order. After keeping into ascending or descending order, whatever the middle value, that middle value is nothing but a median. If two values are middle, then average of those two values. Now mode is nothing but frequently occurring value out of the values which we have. Now, out of 10, let's put 20 here. Out of 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 20, what is the most occurring value? 20. So my answer is 20. For example, if I keep it 30, can you tell me what is the answer in the chat box? If I keep it 30, what is the answer? Yeah. If I keep it 30, my answer is a not available. You must be very careful because none of the value is available which is most occurring. Okay, so large function 10, 20, 30 is there. What is the difference between large function and max function? My question is very simple. What is the difference between large function Can anyone tell what is the difference between large and max? And again, what is the difference between small and min? Can you guys put in the chat box? What is the difference between large function and max function? Large function is giving you largest value, max function is giving you maximum value, but both are one and the same, right? Yep. Can you guys tell me what is the difference between large is used for text? Okay. No. Let me tell you. Can I ask one question? In the max function, can I ask Excel the second maximum value? Yeah, Vamshi, good morning. Second maximum value, is it possible? In min function, can I ask Excel the third minimum value? The answer is no for the above questions. You cannot. Max function and min function only takes the highest numbers, lower numbers, that's all. But in the case of large function is very careful. Large function is capable of returning nth largest value. Small function is capable of returning nth smallest value. That means I can ask the question, I want the first largest possible. I want the second largest possible. Okay, so that is the difference between max function and large function, equal to large. Till here in the start of functions, every argument is having dot in the syntax. That means maximum number of arguments you can enter. But large function is having only two arguments. What is the array? Array is nothing but the range. I'll let you know in the further, in later sessions, what is the meaning of array. As of now, consider array is a range, comma. Out of this range, if I put 1, what is the meaning of it? First largest value. If I put 2, second largest value. If I put 3, third largest value, and so on. So large range, comma 1 means returns the first largest value. Same thing if I put 2, second largest value. As simple as it. Second argument of the large function is telling us which largest value it is looking for. For example, friends, if I put 4, what is my answer? Can anyone guess? Will it give you any error? If yes, which error? It is going to give you the error, but it is not the not available error, but it is the num error. I'll explain you about the errors today. So I'll talk about it a little later. Now the same thing. If I put small 1, first smallest value 10, second smallest value 20, third smallest value 30. Now can I derive a small thing here? Yes. What is that? Large, first largest is nothing but max function. That means equal to, okay, large range comma 1 is equal to max range. I hope you understood the equation here. Exactly the same. First smallest value is nothing but the min function. Small range 1 is nothing but min of the range. Simple. Okay. This is the way we try to get the results for large and small. Now let us look into the errors. Till now, I think we got many errors. I'll put separately so that I'll explain this Excel also. So let me take a new Excel file. Errors. This is a master data, for example. Now let me open these errors. Friends, how many errors we can find in Excel? Can anyone guess? Can you tell me how many types of errors we have? I think on the first day or second day I have covered. We have a value error, we have a name error, we have a not available error, we have num error, we have null error, we have ref error, and we do have du divided by 0 error. We do have field error, and we do have spill error. These three are not part of your Excel. If you are using 2016 or Office 365 2019, you can find these two errors. But remaining all errors are part of till 2016 version. Okay, so yeah. Now, when value error will come, can anyone tell? I think I've covered these things very elaborately. When value error will come? In case of invalid argument in any function. Yes or no? What is an example? Can you tell me? Simple. Equal to sum. Sorry. Equal to sum. A. A is an invalid argument. Equal to random between A to Z. It is asking for a number. I am giving a text. Equal to if A comma 10 comma 20. First argument, it is asking a logical test, but I am giving a text than a boolean value, so it's a value error. So in case of invalid argument in any function, we get a value error. Value error is very simple. That means you are not following the syntax. It is very simple. Name error will come when in case any text not covered in double quotes. Yes or no? I think I've covered this one also very elaborately. Equal to Saran, equal to SUMMA1. Function name is wrong. So Excel is considering this entirely as a text, right? So name error will come in these cases. In case of text not covered in double quotation, or when you are giving a wrong function name, Excel is considering it as a text. You must be very careful, right? Not available error. In case a value, in case a lookup value is not available in the table or range. Can you tell me an example where we get not available error? VLOOKUP function. Sairam getting voice disturbance. Is it? Is my voice having clarity? I'm getting from Sairam that is having some voice disturbance. Friends, other members, could you please confirm whether my voice is clear? It's clear for me. I'm not getting. For me, it's clear. Okay. Okay. Sudhir and Sairam, I request you to check your uh, volume and other audio related again. And also, please check your network. You need to have a fair network at least to get clear picture. Yeah, Sairam, you are trying to speak, but even I cannot listen your voice. Okay, Sudhir, it's clear for you. I think only the problem comes for Sairam. Sairam, I request you to look into your volume related settings, please, and cross check also the network. Okay, so can you guys tell me when not available error will come in these cases? Whenever you are trying to look for a value but which is not there, can you give me an example in the case of VLOOKUP function, in the case of match function, in the case of today only we have covered mode function. In all these cases, because you are looking for a value which is not there, okay, so it's a value error. When it is a VLOOKUP function, obviously HLOOKUP also will part of it. If it is 2019, XLOOKUP also will be part of it. So XLOOKUP function I'll cover later whenever I talk about the features available in 2019. Now, can you tell me when numerator will come? Very peculiar. I thought you were going to ask this question, but I did not get this question. For example, uh, can you answer in this case equal to rand between 10 comma, sorry, 1000 comma 100? What is the answer if I enter? If I enter, what is my answer? Can anyone guess? Can you guys guess the answer in this case? Yeah, it's a num error. Okay, because anyway, I'm going to cover num error. Probably that's a guess. Okay, fine. Apart from, so this is 1000 comma 100. What Excel is expecting here? It is expecting a bottom value, then it is expecting a top value. But I have given a top then bottom. So in this case, it's a num error. Probably how Excel is understanding it here, the backend program of the function is nothing but second argument may be depending on the first argument. That means second argument must be always greater than or equal to the first argument. Maybe that is the reason I got this error. So equal to formula text. Okay, try to understand. In those cases, for example, even in the large 10, 20, 30 is there, equal to large this comma 4. Maybe the argument at the back end is, okay, the second argument may be depending on the first argument. You know what might have happened here? Second argument must be always less than or equal to the number of values in the first argument. I'm just trying to tell you the logic. Nowhere in the material or Excel books they mentioned which error comes when. Only with our pattern we understood. See, num function logic I found myself because I got to know in these cases num function will come. Even while I was working with the large function also I got the num function. Then I am trying to understand the pattern out of these two errors. Then this is what the case I got. So now I can conclude a logic that in case an argument is depending on the other argument which is not following That means in the rand between, second argument must be greater than or equal to first argument. So there is a rule, but it's not following. That is what the function is. So where we can find in the case of rand between, then we can find in the case of large function, small function, and so on, right? Can you guys tell me when null error will come? Null. For example, there is a huge data equal to rand between 100,000 to 10,000, 100 to 10,000. Copy paste special value. In this case, everything is visible in one screen, that is fine. But when there is a situation where the entire data is very huge, then I want to know maybe the 14th row of F column. Then you have to check it out. 14th row is this, then F column is this, then that means this is the answer. It's very difficult, right? Instead, what I can do, F column, space, 14th row. Whenever you put a space, space is nothing but an intersection, right? F colon F, 14 colon 14 means look into the intersection value of this. It is exactly the same. For example, even you can take the table. Now look this, then look, sorry, in this space, in this. Now can you tell me if I enter, what's my answer? It is 4130. When there is an intersection, that value it's going to pick up. Very simple. Now can you tell me what is the answer? So now this space this. Is there an intersection value here? No, there is no intersection value. That's the reason it's a null error. I think the relevance of the null error is very simple when there is a case, okay, in the case of intersection where there is no intersection value, then we are going to get the null error. Cell is not available. Or else, in case of two ranges, not intersecting each other. Okay. So best example is here itself we can take. What is that? I can take this space. I can take this. Since there is no intersection value, it is a null error, right? Ref error. When reference error will come? In case if we delete referred cell, in case user deletes, in case of deletion of referred cell in the formula, okay? Referred cell, I did not say referred cell value. Example is simple. For example, 10 is here. I have referred this to 10. Now if I go and delete this, gone. It's a reference error, right? So reference error is very important because reference error is one of the red flag. While doing the audit, in the audit, ref error is one of the red flag. That means they might have deleted the data in the Excel. Whenever you find reference error means somewhere something got changed. Okay. Now, du divided by zero error. In case of divide something, divide anything with 0. In case of divide anything with 0, for example, equal to 10 by 0 is divided by 0 error. In maths, we call this as a infinity, but in Excel, we call it as a divided by 0 error. Field error and spill error are part of 2019. I'll cover whenever time permits. Are part of 2019 or Office 365. We'll cover a little later. I hope you are clear with the errors now. Because as an auditor, or maybe as a finance domain, or maybe as a manager, you must understand by looking into your Excel sheet why this error is coming and what is the objective at the back end. Okay, so let's go back to our startup functions. Now, friends, these all are small functions. Let me cover a couple of other, okay, simple functions. Do you know in Excel there is a function names? Will take about a couple of text functions. Text startup. Okay, I'm going to cover a couple of small functions. There's a function in Excel names trim. There is a function in Excel lower. There's a function in Excel upper, proper, repeat, len, concatenate. I have already covered. Exact. I have already covered. This is also part of your text functions. Okay. Left function, right function, mid function. These all are very simple functions, and to learn these functions, you need not to put any effort at all. You need not to put any effort at all. Trim function does what? For example, there's a name. Excelism next batch will be announced soon. What is the problem with the sentence? What is the problem in this sentence? Because the sentence is having so many extra spaces. Okay, so if that is the case, to remove the extra spaces in Excel, I'll use the trim function. Trim will not remove the spaces, trim removes the extra spaces. Let me write here. Trim function will not remove the spaces. Try to understand, because after a couple of days I'm going to give you one assignment where you need to delete the spaces in the text. Then I'm sure if I ask this question that time, everyone will say trim function. No, trim will not remove the spaces. Then what it does, trim function removes extra spaces only. What is the meaning of extra spaces? Extra spaces means any extra space between two words, any leading spaces, any following spaces. These all three we call, trim function does. Generally, people think trim function only removes the extra spaces between two words. No. Trim function also removes all the leading spaces, following spaces. What is the meaning of it? Let's say before excelism, there is a space. There are a couple of spaces. After soon, there is a couple of spaces. Even then, it has removed. See, I'm trying to refer to the same, right? Now, what is a function? Next function. Okay, this is a formula text. Yeah, this is a trim function. I want to convert everything into uppercase. Then what is the function? Upper is the function. Simple. I want to say control Z. I want to go back into the, okay, lower. Equal to lower is the function. I want to convert everything into lower function, lower case. So lower is the function. Proper case. Do you know what is the meaning of proper case? Proper case means each word first character in uppercase, remaining all into lowercase. That is what the meaning of the proper case, right? For example, if I want to convert this into proper case, proper is the function, select this. See, each word, first character is in uppercase, remaining all into lower cases. In Excel, there is a function names repeat. What this function does, for example, I want to repeat A 10 times. You get the same. I want to repeat 100 times. No problem. I want to repeat 1000 times. No problem. 10,000 times. No problem. 1 lakh times. There is a problem. That means Excel is trying to give me an indication that, Saran, there is a limit. Even the number of characters which can be displayed on the cell, right? So that is between 10,000 to 1 lakh. For example, if I put 50,000 instead of 1 lakh, still value error. That means Excel is not allowing. If I put, for example, 25,000, yes, it is allowing. That means it is 25 to 50. For example, 30 to 767, yes. If it is 30 to 768, no. What is the meaning of it? The maximum number of characters one single cell can carry, can hold, is 30 to 767. Just for the number sake, if you ask me how many number of characters I can enter in one sheet, that means 10 lakh 48,576 rows into 16,384 columns. That means these many cells are there in one sheet into 32,767. These many characters in every cell I can enter. This is something into very big. Okay, if you ask me, that is 52 crore 29 lakh 32,777 crores of 35 lakhs and so on, very big. In fact, it is just for the number sake and game sake. Once you start giving so much of data in one sheet, your system, your Excel will hang off. Okay, and number of sheets are unlimited in any of the Excel workbook. Earlier there used to be a limit of 255. Now the limit has removed. You can put thousands of sheets in one Excel workbook. There is no problem. Okay, so that is what about the repeat function. Repeat function, you will get to know, I will be using in one of the assignment, but the relevance of the repeat is not very great. But I'll tell you, as a finance domain where you are going to work, whenever you want to validate the data, for example, I need to file the TDS return, maybe GST return, or else I'm doing some audit with respect to TDS or GST. How I'm going to validate that the PAN numbers or GST numbers which I got are correct? It is very simple. First, I'm going to remove the extra spaces. So if any extra space are there, that will get removed. Then I'll apply a len function. Then if it is 10 characters, that means apparently the PAN number is correct, because PAN number having always 10 characters. If it is 15 characters, apparently the GST number is correct, and so on. That is the way I go. In the same way, what is the meaning of len function? Let me show you one more repeat case. Actually, this is not very intended, but just for the example sake, I'm using this. Repeat, let's say I'm having some amount. I use in this case sometimes rand between 100 to 1000, or else let's take 0 to 100, or else let it be rand between. Now what I'm going to do, actually this is not intended for this purpose, but I'm just trying to use repeat. I want to repeat I want to repeat what, let's say how many times, these many times. Then what happened, I will come 4 times, and so on. This looks like a small chart. I can put it like a small chart. Okay, this is somewhere. Sometimes I don't want to use the real chart, but I want to create something. Okay, as part of my Excel, then in those cases, I use this. If you start, refreshing your Excel, check it out. It's changing. If you put this a color, maybe a thick green color, then, oh, sorry, the color of those things. See, check it out. It got changed. For this. If you want to, for example, this is an indication for special symbols. In Excel, couple of things are very, okay, funny and crazy, very important even to know, because we don't know where we use what. You can go for a symbol. In Excel, there are so many symbols. These all are the normal symbols, but based on a font, these all will get changed, right? So, for example, generally for the symbols, we use a font of, let me show you. Yeah, wildings, wingdings. Wingdings will give you different fonts. See, different symbols. This is ABCDF only, but if you convert into this form, this font style, then you'll find so many. For example, I want to have something which is maybe mm, anything. You can take it. Just for the example, just give me one sec. Or else I want to take this symbol, insert. Okay. Okay, and if you want, you can find wingdings too. This is having a different. It's like how our symbols are there in our WhatsApp chat box, or else maybe you can take this. Anything you can try. So these all are different things again. If you put this wingdings 3, lot of things. This font is basically okay to give you special shapes, or else I want to know what is this symbol and so on, or else I want to see maybe something a different symbol like this. Okay, now close. I want to have this symbol. Control. What I can do, I'm sorry. Yeah, Control C. Now I'll simply go here. I can go here. Instead of this I, let me Control V. Okay. Now put this. This is not the symbol, right? I'll go here. I'll change it to. Sorry, this is not the font. This is the font. I'll go here. I'll change it to. What is that? That is wingding. Yeah, check it out. This is the way. Okay, so many things. Okay, you can start browsing more about it. Okay, this is just for the example. Okay, so in fact, the purpose is not this. Okay, just for the example, how I use it whenever there is a requirement. That's the repeat function. Len function will give you the length of the cell that includes the spaces. If I want to know the length of this, what is the answer? 30 to 767, because 30 to 767 spaces are there. Let me tell you, len function even counts the spaces also, because as per the Excel, space is having a lot of meaning. Now let me explain you the meaning of this. For example, friends, I have written equal to space in double quotation. What is my answer? It's a space. Equal to open double quote, close double quote. What is my answer? Blank text. This is a blank. Friends, there are three values are here. Everyone please have a look. There is a value here. This is another cell and this is another cell. Do you think all these three cells are same? Okay, let me ask you the question. Do you think all the above cells are same? Can you answer? No. Okay, answer is no. Big no. Why? This is all up looking like same. That's the reason you have to be very careful while dealing with Excel. All three may be looking like same because nothing is here, nothing is here, nothing is here, as if. But friends, this is having space. This is having blank text. This is a blank cell. There is a lot of difference between blank text and blank cell. You will get to know like this. Equal to This. What's my answer? Can anyone tell? Now you will get the space, right? Because when I am trying to take this space, same space will come. Equal to this, what is the answer? Blank text will come. Equal to this, what is the answer? When you are trying to refer to a blank cell, your answer is 0. This is an indication I can tell that these three are different. Control C, paste special format. Yeah, these two are different. Now, even let me prove length of this, I'll get 1, but for these two, 0. Okay, so yeah, not this. Let me take this. Length of this is 1, but in these cases it is 0 and 0 because this is having one space, but these two are having different. But this formula is giving different answers for these two. So you must be very careful. Blank text means it is simple, open double quote, close double quote. Blank cell means nothing is there. When you refer to a blank cell, it is 0. When you refer to a blank text, it is also a text. So it is giving you the same blank text as an answer. As simple as it, right? So this is about small text functions. Now let us look into the exact function. I think I've already covered the exact function and concatenate function. Concatenate function is to join several text items together. For example, when I have Saran and Kumar, then you can join with this Saran Kumar. You can use a small function equal to concatenate this comma this. I told you concat is much more advanced than the concat. In these cases, I can simply take these two. Okay. Now, for this, there is an alternative also I already covered. What is that? Ampersand symbol. This join with this. Okay. So this is the way we use it. Now let me concentrate on to remaining left, right, mid functions. Very simple functions. Let's say, for example, there are a couple of names: Saran Kumar, Vijay Konda. Okay, so then Varun Reddy, then Jatin Varma. I want to extract the first word. How to extract the first word? Very simple. Extract 5 characters from the left side. So left is the function which can rescue us. Left, obviously, if you want to extract something from a text string, first I have to tell to Excel where is my text. Then, how many number of characters? If you observe, second argument of the left function is optional argument. That means if you ignore, what will happen? If I ignore, it is by default taking 1 character. Left function, second argument is optional. If we ignore, if ignores, Excel extracts by default first character from the left side. From left side. Okay. But if you want to have your own number of characters, then keep comma 5 because I want to extract 5 characters from this. As simple as it. So that is the way the left function works. Let's say I want to extract the 5 characters from the right side. So we have a function names equal to rand between, sorry, right function. Okay. This again, right is having 2 arguments. From which text you want to extract, comma, how many number of characters. Second argument is optional. Let me enter. By default, 1 character from the right side. There is a question. Yeah, give me 1 minute. Let me complete this, then I can look into your question. This is the right function. This is by default from the right side. Okay, so if I want to have 5 characters, comma 5. Dhananjay, just give me 1 minute. I'll cover mid function also, then I'll look into your question. This is what left function, right function. Very simple. Left function extract from the left side, right function extract from the right side. But friends, you must be very careful. It's not about just by hearting the function. Without even looking into the left function, I must be in a position to tell to Excel how many arguments it is going to ask. Why? Obviously, if I want to extract something from a text string from the left side, there are minimum two parameters I should ask the Excel. What are they? First parameter is in which text. Second parameter is how many characters. Obviously, these two are required, so these two are the arguments. Now, for example, I have a bunch of PAN numbers. Let's say my PAN number ABPU 656B. One more PAN number AAA C A1234 Z. The X. There is one more PAN number ACT A ACTPA. Let's say PV1278D. There is one more PAN number. Let's say for example AFF12 sorry FA1234R. Now I want to know the constitution of these. Okay. That means whether they are individuals or firm or company and so on. Where that defines in the PAN number, fourth character defines the constitution, right? That means if the fourth character is P, person, that means individual. Fourth character is P, it's a company. Fourth character is F, it's a firm. It can be LLP or partnership firm. So how to extract the fourth character here is the question. Now it is neither left side nor right side. I have to start from the middle. When it is the middle, see, from day one I am asking you to look into the basic observation. So now mid function, how many arguments may be there without looking into the syntax? Mid function may be having how many arguments without looking into that? First argument, one argument must be text, must be first, must be one argument. Yes or no? Because from which text I want to extract. Otherwise, if I don't give an input to Excel from which text it has to extract, Excel doesn't know from where it has to take. Now also, in the left function, Excel knows from where it has to start. Because I am using by default left side first character. In the right function also, Excel knows from where it has to start, because right side first character by default. But in the case of mid function, it is neither left side nor right side. So I should also tell to Excel from where it has to start. Starting number must be one argument. Now I've given Excel from which text, which point it has to start. I should also tell to Excel how many characters from that point. So number of characters must be one more argument. That means without looking into the syntax, I can confirm that at least there must be three arguments equal to mid. Absolutely. Text, starting number, number of characters in this. How many characters? Sorry, what is the starting number? I want to extract 1, 2, 3, fourth character, starting from the fourth character. How many characters from the fourth character? Only one character I want. Enter. Sorry, one character. Copy, paste, right? Now this is giving me fourth character of text. From the fourth character, if you want two characters, put two. If you want three characters, put three, and so on. You cannot put, okay, for example, this is not possible because this must be a valid number. It cannot go back. It always goes towards the, okay, forward. This is the way. Now I can use a simple function. If it is P, individual. If it is C, company. If it is P, individual. If it is F, firm, and so on. As simple as it. Now I'm coming back to the question from the participant. I think the question from Dhananjay. Sir, extract can only be applied on date field, right? Extract, there is no function. Exact is the function. It's an exact. Is it the one you are talking about? Dhanujay, exact function I already covered. For example, when there are two names, for example, ABEPU 6561B, it's one PAN number. There is one more PAN number in a uppercase, maybe this one. Okay, this is B. Now to cross check whether these two are same, I'll use an exact function equal to exact. I already covered this. Exact this text, comma, this text. My answer is false because exact is a case sensitive. Instead, I can use what simply? I can put this cross check equal to this because logical operators are not case sensitive. Dhananjay, I think is it the same question you asked for? Dhananjay? Uh, Dhananjay, is my voice audible to you? Extract to only day from date field. It's a day function. There is a function named day, right? Okay, let me go back. For example, I think you are asking the same question. Yeah, I think in the last session we covered. If you want to extract day from the date, you can use the day function simply. For example, let's take today's date equal to this plus some number equal to this plus and so on. If I want to extract the day equal to day, Dhananjay, yeah, great. Yeah, friends, I will quickly take with this. We are stopping the startup functions. Okay, second half of today's session is very important. Quickly, we'll take break for 3 minutes. Then we'll come back and sharp at 7:31 we'll start the session. Post tea break, post break, we'll talk about conditional functions, important functions. So now let us start conditional sum functions. What are there in the conditional sum functions? It is conditional functions. It is having sumif function, sumifs, countif, countifs, average if, average ifs, max ifs, min ifs. Okay. First, let us try to understand what this function does. This function returns this function. What sumif function does? Sum values based on a criteria. In case of sumif function, some values based on one or more criteria. That means sumifs function supports more than one criteria also. That means if I know sumifs, I need not to learn sumif function because this includes even this one also, right? This is only supporting one criteria. This is supporting one or more. Countif function, count values based on a criteria. Count values based on one or more criteria. Average function exactly same. Average values. So I just need to put instead of sum average. Okay, this is max finds max value based on one or more criteria. Finds min value based on one or more criteria. Okay, friends, last two introduced in Office 365 are 2019 version. It's not there earlier. But don't worry, you need not to learn all these functions to understand everything. If you learn one set, some if or some ifs, you can learn remaining everything together. Okay. In fact, the arguments of everything is also exactly same. What is the meaning of summing the values based on a criteria? It's very simple. Let's say A is there, B is there, A is there, C is there, A is there, B is there, A. With respect to the each, there are values. For example, let me take, okay, yeah. With respect to each and every item, there are a couple of values, ranged between 10 to 100. Now, if I want to know the total of A, generally what we do, we will look into this row. We'll highlight all the A's. We'll highlight all the A's, right? In these rows, we will take the respective fourth column value, 194. Friends, Excel function is nothing but whatever the steps which we are doing at the back end, the same steps are happening. It's not doing something rocket science. If I want to get the total for A, what is the method I have followed? Can you put me the steps? What are the steps I followed? Steps. I looked into the company, looked into the column in which my criteria is, yes or no? Which column? That means look into directly A column for what, highlight all the rows in which value A is matching. I did the same. I highlighted all the rows wherever A is matching. Then third one, sum the respective values from column B. So the respective values in these rows from column B I added. That's all. Now from this plain language, can we derive the arguments? Because as I said, Excel function or a formula is nothing but Excel function or a formula is nothing but the manual steps which we do. So out of these steps, I'm giving manually. If I do the job, I'm going to ask Excel a couple of parameters. Those parameters are nothing but I will be looking into the A column for A, and I'll sum the values which are there in this column. That means if I want to use sumif function in this case, I need to use 3 parameters minimum. So parameters are nothing but the arguments which are required to calculate the function. In this case, how many parameters may be required? Can you tell me? There may be 3 parameters which are required. Lookup column or else criteria range, because in which column you are looking for a criteria is nothing but a criteria range. Second one, criteria in that column what you are looking, that's what we said, right? Look into the A column for A. And third one is sum range, to sum the values which column you want to consider. So there may be 3 arguments if I want to work with the sumif function. Now let me solve the same thing instead of manual with the sumif. Equal to sumif, what is the first argument? In which column you are looking for? I am looking into this column. You must be very careful. Comma, you are looking for what? I am looking for this A. Okay, backside. Okay, let me put this control C. Yeah, equal to sumif. Look into this column for criteria this, comma, sum range. That means which column values you want to sum? This. If you read in a very plain language, I will read this one like this. Look into this column for this value, then total the values in the respective column of this one. As simple as it. Exactly the same answer I got. If I change this to B, automatically B related, C related, and so on. With this basic understanding, let us go ahead and prepare some bigger example. Now, I'll take the company, I'll take area, I'll take date, I'll take amount. Friends, concentrate how I am preparing the example also. I always prepare the example instead of giving a ready-made example, so that even while preparing an example, couple of shortcuts you can learn. Now company is there. What are the companies? Let's take Swiggy, let us take Zomato, let us take Uber Eats, let us take Fasus, let us take Food Panda. These are the companies. Now I want to repeat the same companies and drag it down. So what I need to do, just select this and autofill by using the fill handle. Now I want to take till 500 records, not more than that. So I want to just copy paste till 500 records. Now till here, paste, right? Now I want to have an area, east, west, south, north, right? Select this and double click. Once you do the double click, Excel understands this automatically and it knows that it has to paste till the last, right? Now I want to have a random date. Can I write like this a formula rand between? I need to have a bottom date. To build the date, what is the function I can use? Date is the function. 2010 1 1. Don't confuse. This is my first argument of the rand between. This is giving me a serial number at the back end. That serial number is equivalent to the 1st January 2010. And that's the bottom number. Now I need to take the top number also, date. I want to take from 1st January 2010 till 31st. Okay. December 2018. So 31st. Don't confuse. This is a nested function. Why this is a nested function? Because as an argument of the rand between, I am using one more function. So as an argument of one function, if you are using other function, it's a nested function. So this is a bottom value, this is a top value. This Excel is asking for a number. So the result of this is a number, the result of this is a number. And again, this is a lower number, this is a top number. No question of getting pop-up because Excel is asking two arguments. I entered both the arguments. No question of getting value error because Excel is asking a number. I've entered numbers. No question of getting num error because my first argument is lower value, second argument is higher value. No question of getting name error because my function name is correct and no name I have taken which is not covered with a double quotation, right? So this will absolutely give you the answer. Now copy paste. Don't worry. The result of the rand between may be a number, but I can go here and I can change the default format is a date format. Now when I refresh Excel, check it out. This is the way it's happening. But friends, whenever you have like this, these all are keep on changing. So what I need to do to make it fixed, I have to copy this, Control C, right click in the same place, paste special we have in Excel. I don't want to paste everything here. I want to paste only values now. Okay, that means formulas will disappear and values will remain. Now can I click OK? Only values will appear. Check it out. Absolutely. Now you do n number of times refresh, nothing will change. Now in the same way, let me have rand between, and I want to have something from 100, maybe from 0 till 1000. Enter, copy, go down, paste. Again these are changing because it's a rand between. So what I need to do, Control C, paste special values. Okay, paste special values. Now friends, whenever I go down, it's always a no, the data is only having 4 columns. I know that this is company, this is area, this is a date, and this is a amount. But when I have so many columns, suddenly somewhere when I go down, I don't know what is this column represents. If that is the case, again I have to go up and I have to come down. So instead of going up and down to know the headers, I can freeze the rows. So there is an option in Excel, you can freeze it. You can go to the view tab, you can go to freeze, you can go to freeze pane, okay, or else freeze top row. If you click a freeze top row, only top row will be freeze. So when even you go down, top row will not change. If you want to freeze only first column, left column, just remove the freeze, then go here first column. So even if you go right side, not first column is remains, but if you go down, first row will not remain. Now I want to freeze first row and column both, then keep the cursor here, because this is the first point. Above everything, before everything will be freezed. So go here and freeze pane. Now you go down, first row is constant, you go right side, column is constant. As simple as it, right? Now in this case, unfreeze, I want to just freeze top row, right? Now friends, this is what the data I have prepared. If anyone having any question, please let me know. I have prepared this type of data because you will get to know how to prepare the data. That is one thing. The other thing is, if you observe in my entire data, there is a text column, there is an amount column, there is a date column. So whatever the data you take in this world, that will be having three things: text, date, amount. Because all three are having different in the nature, so we can start analyzing. How to freeze first 10 rows? Very simple. Okay, let's say unfreeze. Now I want to freeze 10 rows. So go to the 11th row and freeze. Now, even you go down, first 10 rows are freezed. Satya, you got it? That's what I said. Yeah. If you want first 5 columns, then keep the cursor here, then freeze. So that now first 5 columns got freeze. Can I go ahead, Satya? Yeah. Now, now friends, I want to have a grand total now. Grand total is very simple, equal to sum of D2 colon D500. Can I write this formula? Yes, it will give you the same answer. Or else, even I can write the formula sum of D colon D. Do you think it will give you the same answer? Yes. But friends, defined, ranges are the entire columns. These all are not self descriptive. That means when you put a range, again user has to go and try to understand what this D column is representing. So that's the reason defined names are always self descriptive. In this case, what I can simply do, I can select this and I can go to the name box. This is the name box we call, and I can type this as an amount. So that amount is a defined name from D2 colon D500. So now what is the formula I'll be writing? Simple, equal to sum of amount. Now this is self-descriptive. If someone is just looking into the function, he can understand that user is trying to add up all the values which are in the amount column. Now let me enter. So these all three ways we can do the grand total, but I feel the last way is the best one and which is more self-descriptive. Do you agree with me? Yes. Now friends, this is fine. So that's the reason in my case what I do, whenever I get a data, immediately I'll give a defined names. So for this I want to give a defined name as a company. So let me go here and write a company. For this, I want to give a defined name B2 colon B500, and I want to give a defined name as a area. For this, I want to give a defined name as a date. If you observe, I have not selected the heading. You will get to know in the later sessions why I have not selected the heading while giving a defined name. Because this is the only data belongs to the date column. This heading is not part of the data, right? This is just an heading. So this is not the record. This is just the heading. Okay. So now how many defined names are there? I can go to the formulas tab and I can click the name manager. Okay. This is the all 4 defined names are there. Now let me open the shortcuts. Let me explain you a couple of shortcuts. Defined names are very important, very powerful. You can even make it dynamic also. Okay. So did I cover define? Yeah. Name manager, it is control plus F3. Defined name is alt plus control plus F3. F3 to display all the defined names. Now if I want to go to the all defined names, control F3, then let me delete everything. If you want to delete all, just select this, shift down arrow, now delete. Friends, can you tell me what happens if I delete everything? Now if I close this, here what is the formula I have written? Sum open bracket amount close bracket. Now if I close this, can you tell me what answer it's going to display? Will it display the same answer? Can you put in the chat box what answer this third value will display here? Same answer, but amount defined name is nowhere. I have deleted that. I have deleted the amount defined name. The answer is a name error. Check it out. Because now Excel is trying to check is there any amount, but unfortunately there is no amount which is a cell name, which is a defined name, which is a range. So it's a name error. We have already covered. If something not covered in the double quotation, it's a name error, right? Now I want to give the defined names back. So how to give the defined names? Each and everything, you have to go and select each and everything. But there may be a situation, it is always difficult to have a defined name for each and every cell. Why? Because I may have 100 columns later. So what I'm going to do, you can select everything starting from the A1 till D500. Now, are you finding in the formulas tab, defined names, create from selection? Click this. Now, create names from values in the top row. The intention of this is, below everything, it has to consider a defined name. So below company column, company is the defined name. For below values which are there in the B column, area is the defined name, date is the defined name, amount is the defined name. Don't select left column. If you select left column, what will happen? For all the three values which are right side, Zomato is the defined name. For all these three values, Swiggy is the defined name, which is very difficult, which is wrong actually. So only top row in this case, because my headings are there in the top row. If I click OK, now if you go and check it out, name manager, all four defined names are there. This is the quickest way through which we can create the defined names. Where you can use left column also, for example, there is a department names marketing. Then there's a department names finance, and there's a department names operations. And here GM, manager, associate. For marketing, GM is A, B, C. Here M, N, O. Here P, Q, R. This is a department. Okay. Now in this case, I want to create a defined name for this row GM, for this row manager, for this row associate, for this column marketing, for this column finance, and for this column operations. That means how many defined names you need to keep? 9 defined names. Very difficult. Now what I'll be doing, select this, go to create from selection. Now I want to consider top row as well as left column. So how many top rows are there? 3 are there. How many left columns are there? 3 are there. This department will be taken to the left column. Okay. If I click OK, total 10 defined names will be created if you observe. Okay. Now let's go to the name manager. See, amount area is belongs to that. What is the associate? This is what the associate. Now let me select this from the drop down. If I select associate, this one. If I select manager, this one. If I select GM, this one. Now if I select marketing, this one. If I select finance, operations, I'm sorry, 6 defined names. Yeah, 3 plus 3, 6. Then if I select operations, this one. If I select department, this one. Oh, sorry. Oh, very good. If I select department, it has taken everything. This is the entire department because this corner value it is considering for this, right? So that is the way it is happening. So in these cases, wherever I want to refer ABC, I can simply write marketing, or else PQR, I can write operations, or else COR, I can write associate. In those cases, we can use create from the selection. Okay, you must be very careful. For example, Yeah, I hope everyone understood working with the defined names. Now I'm having four defined names: company, area, date, and amount. Now let's come to our important aspect here, that is conditional sum. Now I want to sum everything for Swiggy. Sum, what is the meaning of it? Sum the values which are there in the amount column for the company name Swiggy. Is it correct? Yes. Now equal to, I know that I need to use the sumif function. Without looking into the sumif function, tell me how many arguments I may need to enter. Three arguments we already covered. In which column you are looking, that's a range. In that column, what you are looking, it's a criteria. Finally, which column values you want to sum, that is a sum range. Sumif. What is the first argument? Which column you are looking? It is a company column, comma. What is the criteria? In this column, what you are looking? Swiggy, comma. If it is available, which column, which respective column you want to sum? Amount, close bracket. Friends, do you think this formula is correct? Absolutely. Go your formula text just to display. Okay, so don't confuse. Very important set of functions we are covering from today. One of the very important function category is a conditional functions. See, you need to look into your language, look into this range. For this criteria, total the values in this range. Okay, once you enter, this is what your answer. Now, if I want to have for the remaining companies, you need not to do anything. Simply what you can do, you can simply copy this, paste below. Because it's a relative reference, when I copy paste it automatically taking this. The advantage of one more advantage of using defined names is that I need not to freeze the range. Instead of company, if I select A2 colon A500, probably I need to give the dollar symbols, but because it's a defined name, defined names are by default absolute cell references. The very important point, let me write here. Remarks. What is this? Defined names. Okay, what is the first remark today? Very important we have covered. Defined names are by default absolute references. Defined names are by default absolute references in the formula. Very good. Now let's go back. Yeah. Now let me copy this and paste below. Now how to cross check these totals are correct? Very simple. I can put a grand total here. Now I can sum these values. Now this value must equal to my grand total, this one, right? So this is the way I can use the sumif function. Now let us look into the recipe of it, how it is calculating at the back end. It is a simple second standard mathematics. Let us try to understand. When I'm asking Excel to look into the company for F5, it is applying a small logical operator equal sign. It is cross checking. Is Swiggy equal to Swiggy true? Yes or no? Swiggy equal to Swiggy is a logical test because it's an equal sign. It is true. Then if it is true, it is multiplying true with respect to value in the D column. True into 264. What is the answer? 264. Is Zomato equal to Swiggy? False. False into 339? 0. Uber Eats? False. False into 888? 0. False into something is 0. False into something is 0. Again, this is true. True into 709? 709. False into 0. False into 0. False into 0. False into value 0. False into value 0. Again here 336. Excel is simply summing all those values which are storing in the memory. It's very simple second standard mathematics. For example, friends, if I don't have a function named Swiggy, sorry, sumif function, then what I'm going to do, I'll do a very simple thing. I can simply get the answer like this. I'll put a Swiggy, cross check whether this is equal to this. That's what just now I told you, right? Cross check whether this is equal to this. What's my answer if I enter? Can anyone tell in the chat box? Can you tell me what is the answer it's going to give? It will give me true, right? Control C, I've given a dollar symbol for Swiggy because even if I copy paste, Swiggy should not change. Copy paste below. Wherever Swiggy is there, my answer is true. Otherwise, false, true, false, true, false, and so on. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll multiply this with this 264 because in the arithmetic expression, true will become 1, false will become 0. Let me copy paste this. I'm sorry. Oops. I wrongly copy pasted. Yeah. So see, everything is 0 wherever it's not true. Otherwise, wherever it is Swiggy, it's giving the value. Now the sum of this is absolutely my Swiggy total. Check it out. Is it correct or wrong? Absolutely. You must be very careful. Okay, while reading a function, understanding it, try to understand the background architecture, how it is working. Now, if I make it Fasus, now is Swiggy equal to Fasus? Here false will come, false will come, false will come, true will come. That's the way it's giving. Let's say if I want to go for Zomato. Yeah, exactly. 5143. That's the way it is doing. You must be very careful. Let me take a formula text just to understand. Okay, so let me hide this for the time being. Friends, I'm just trying to hide this for the time being. So if anyone are having any question till here, please let me know. I hope you're following me, right? So that is what a sumif function. Now let us try to understand more in depth into these concepts. Now, friends, by default, when I'm using a sumif function, what Excel is doing? Excel is trying to cross check whether it is exactly matching to Swiggy or not, right? That means it is using which sign? Equal sign. SUMIF. Look into the company column. For Swiggy, total the values in the amount column. Friends, if I enter, what's my answer? Do you think still it is 51944? Do you think this is still 51994? 51944? Yes. Same thing. Earlier, I have taken I5 as a reference, which is having a Swiggy. Now, instead of I5, I have taken a direct text, which is a Swiggy. Both are giving you the same answer. Okay, why there is a confusion? There should not be any confusion here. Now, let's say, for example, the same thing. Now, what I'll be doing? Control C, Control V. Now, instead of just taking Swiggy, I kept equal sign also before that. My intention of keeping equal sign here that I'm trying to give an instruction to Excel. Mr. Excel, you don't assume on your own, I can keep my own equal sign. Okay, so do you think this is going to give you the correct answer? In this case, try to look into the logic or rule. Put the answer in the chat box. In this case, do you think I'll get the same answer like 51944? No. Why? Why, Aditya? Because in the double quotation, it is a equal to Swiggy. That means equal to Swiggy is a text. So equal to Swiggy is nowhere available in the A column. Is it the same? Okay, but friends, whatever you said is correct, maybe, but in this case, Excel understands the equal sign that for the company column, it has to use the equal operator. It gives us the same result. Don't confuse. Please don't confuse. Okay. So even you put equal sign in this function, Excel can understand the rule that when you are trying to put any of the logical operator in the criteria in the starting, so it understands by default that it has to apply this logical operator than what is taken by default. For example, now why this is more important, now if I ask a question, I want to sum everything other than Swiggy total everything other than Swiggy, then what is the formula you're going to write? Now you must be master. Sumif, look into the company column. Instead of equal sign, not equal to Swiggy, total the values in the amount column. Friends, do you think it's going to give you the answer which is the total of everything except the Swiggy? If earlier logic is correct, if it can understand the equal sign in the double quotation, it must even need to understand this one also, right? Now look into the company column, cross check whether anything is not equal to Swiggy. That means first one, I'm sorry. Yeah, first one, Swiggy. Is Swiggy not equal to Swiggy? It's a false, right? Sorry, yeah, it's a false. Then is false is not equal to Swiggy? True. Everywhere it is true except the Swiggy. So if you enter, absolutely this is the correct answer. Just to cross check this is right. Let's go here. Total minus Swiggy is nothing but this. I hope you're following me. It's not about just sumif function. We need to understand little in depth of the sumif function, what sumif can does. Okay, because it's only the text. Now I'll ask you one important question. Let us see how many can answer. Okay, now control C, control V, this is fine. Now, if I change Swiggy to Zomato, if I enter now, do you think I'll get here other than Zomato total automatically? Can you guys put in the chat box? If I put Zomato, will this answer automatically change to other than Zomato total? Can you put in the chat box? Will it change automatically or not? Or it will give you the same answer? Try to understand. This formula is nothing but equal to sumif, open bracket, company, comma, in double quotation, not equal to Swiggy, comma, amount. That's the reason this is giving the 202643. Now, if I change this value to Zomato, do you think this will change automatically? It will not change automatically. Why? Because I have not taken the reference to the cell. I have directly taken Swiggy into the consideration. I have directly taken Swiggy into the consideration. If I want to take reference, then what I need to do? I know if I ask this question, everyone says, Sharan, take instead of Swiggy to Zomato. But do you think this is going to give you correct answer? I say this will give you wrong answer. Why? When you put not equal to I-19 in the double quotation, Excel is considering I-19 as a text. Excel look for a column whether anything is not equal to I-19 text. Is any value not equal to I-19 text? Yes, every value is not equal to I-19, right? If every value is not equal to I-19, if I enter, this answer is equal to my grand total. Okay, that means even this is giving you the wrong answer. Now, instead of then what I need to do? If you, okay, put Swiggy, there is a problem because I need to give a reference. If I give a double quotation, Excel is considering this as a text. This will give you a wrong answer. So let us go one after other. Let's put Swiggy only. Okay, so that I can write the remarks. Try to understand. Excel considers as Swiggy in double quotation. Excel gives the result only Swiggy. Okay, other than Swiggy. Now, if I put the same formula, Control C, Control V, if I put I, okay, this one, I-19, then if we keep, let me put the formula. If we keep double quotes for even I-19, Excel understands the same as text. Since every value is not matching to I-19 in company column, answer is answer is grand total. I hope you are following me, right? Now, then what? Now, if you put a double quotation, there's a problem. Yeah, one more answer I got from one other person. Remove the double quotation, but keep the double quotation only for not equal to. This will give you a pop-up if I'm not wrong. Why? Wait, I'll tell you. This will not allow at all. Because while I was covering the rules of the functions, I've covered one of the very important rule that an argument must be either a number or a text or a Boolean value and so on. I did not cover an argument can be the combination of these things. Now, try to understand. I'm trying to take you into minute level so that tomorrow when you start writing something, then you can start looking logical. Why pop up? Because we cannot keep more than one value as part of one argument. I hope you got the point. Why an error? How can you put text and cell reference combination? If I open rules of the functions, I remember what we covered. An argument must be either a number or a text or a Boolean value or a cell reference or a range or a defined name or a table or an array and so on. So this is wrong. So then what we need to do? If you put a double quotation, there is a problem. If you remove double quotation entirely, now let us look into that angle. If you don't give the double quotation at all, again you will get a pop-up stating that you cannot keep not equal to independently as an argument. Excel stops. Same answer. Okay. Now in this case, because as part of the argument, we cannot keep logical operator independently. Then what is the answer? How to solve this? No combination is matching. How to solve this? Try to understand. Equal to sumif. Look into the company column. Okay. Not equal to. I join this with Zomato and total the values in the amount column. What I told you, an argument can be even a function formula also. This is a formula. Is this a formula? Yes. If it is a formula, Excel solves this formula first. If Excel solves this formula, what will happen at the back end? Not equal to, I'm trying to join with Zomato. So my answer is nothing but not equal to Zomato, which is a text. I hope everyone are getting the point here. I am trying to join not equal to joining with I-35. This is only one argument. What is this argument type? This is nothing but a formula. Absolutely, you are getting the correct answer. Now cross check everyone. Now this is your correct answer. Now grand total minus Zomato is nothing but my answer. Grand total minus Zomato. Absolutely. Where is the Zomato answer? Absolutely. Check it out. Hey, I'm sorry. Grand total. Is this a grand total? I'm sorry. 254589. How come? Not equal to Zomato. Look into the A column. Other than Zomato total, I should get one sec. Just give me one sec. Okay. So in this case, it is Figi total. In this case, it is grand total. Now, this should not be grand total. I'm surprising. Look into the company column for not equal to Zomato. Then total the values in the amount column. I should not get 254, 587, right? Zomato, is there any, see, I did a spelling mistake wrong. It is actually Zomato. I don't know what is the spelling mistake, but here I have written Zomato. Here the same thing I should take. See, that's right. So now if you observe, this is automatically taking care. Friends, just give me 1 sec. Okay, yeah. Now I think you are getting the point here. Now this is nothing but the grand total minus Gemato is nothing but this answer, right? Absolutely. So that is the way we can use it because it is the text. Since company column is only having text, we can only use either equal sign or not equal to. If I use a sumif function for numbers, I can use n. For example, can I have a grand total greater than, let's say, 900? Because this amount column is having so many amounts, right? 0 to 1000. If I ask the question, if I want to have greater than 900, then what is the formula? Samif, look into the, not this time look into the company column, this time looking into amount column. For this criteria, total the values again in the amount column. Don't confuse. Now, greater than or equal to 900, total I'll get it. For example, less than or equal to 100, simple, same formula, copy paste. If I, for example, if I want to have greater than or equal to 1st January 2018, that means because my dates are more than from 2010 to 2018, I can simply ask a question, Samir, look into which column? Date column now. For this criteria, total the values which are there in the amount column. Go and cross check, absolutely these values are correct. Okay. So friends, we'll stop the session here. Don't miss the next session. The next session will be the follow-up session. In the next session, how to use the wildcard characters. So now what's next? Don't miss the session. Okay. So conditional sum functions, conditional functions part 2, then understanding wildcards. I think with this the time will get over because conditional functions are much more okay in depth we'll cover, so it takes a little time. So if anyone having any question, please let me know. Friends, today I've covered so many things. I request you to practice. Okay. From today, at least every day practice for 1 hour. That's the reason everything, even in the minute level, I am noting down. So let me save this and close this and let me save this and close this. Now I'm going into my this one. I'll upload the material. Before leaving, everyone please download the material. Friends, quickly download the material because uh, the system will be closed automatically after 5 minutes. So let's go to computer. Let's take the file. From today, how much you practice, okay, that much you can learn. So please keep practicing. Spend at least 1 hour time and start looking into something new concepts. I'm expecting you to come up with a lot of challenges for me whenever you stuck up somewhere at your office, maybe something you want to find the solution. Okay, I'm not saying that I know everything in Excel, but I can do R&D and I'll get back to you with the solution. I'll try my level best. So I uploaded both the material and also let me put one more thing relating to errors. Yeah. Friends, I uploaded 3 Excel files. I request everyone to download all those 3 Excel files. Don't miss tomorrow's session. Gonna be very important. That is nothing but other than the conditional remaining conditional functions, as well as I'll be talking on the wild cards. Wild cards are very important concepts. You will find amazing. There is no doubt, because even based on, let's say, I don't know whether Swiggy is there or not everywhere, but I'm sure I need to get the total for everything which starts with SWI, or else I want to sum every company which is having the company name OO in the company name. So these all are wild cards, right? So download the material quickly, then we'll go into the next session. Friends, that's all. Thank you so much. See you all tomorrow. Bye bye. Before leaving, please download the material. Please. Yeah, bye Aditya. Thank you.